Hello again everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is Vi, and welcome to Vi Loves Time. Alright, so I got another horror story for you. This is a horror story about my experiences going to a Christian school. Now, I wasn't in Christian schools for like a long period of time during my life. It was for a very short part of my life, for about a year to a year and a half, almost 2 years. So I had originally been in public school, and then me and my brother were put into a Christian school for a short time, and then right back into public school. This is probably because my mom, raising 3 kids as a single parent, myself, my brother, and my little sister, eventually realized that the public school system is actually a much better structured system for education for children than these Christian schools are. The particular type of Christian school that me and my brother had attended, my little sister did not attend this particular school, thank goodness, because of like how piss poor managed it really was. This particular Christian school was run by primarily just 2 people, husband and wife, who had kids of their own, and they decided to start up their own Christian school to have other parents bring their kids here and teach the ways of the Lord, while teaching education at the same time. So with this Christian school, as you read in the thumbnail, was at first, well, they had like their own kind of facility building that they were renting out space, where they were using it as their school, like in a shopping mall, strip mall kind of area. They had like other businesses attached to it. Eventually, they decided they needed to expand to a much larger building because they were getting more kids coming in. So they had found this really old building that was like in the downtown area of the city that it was in, and they decided to convert that into their school. This building looked like it was probably built late 1800s, maybe like very early 1900s. So that kind of more of like rustic look, uneven floors because the foundation was complete crap and stuff. So the floor would creak when you walk on it and stuff. And there are low parts and there are high parts to the floor. And at some point in time, this family that was running this Christian school decided, hey, you know what? We need our own house now. They already had a house, okay, but they wanted to have a house that was like on the grounds of the Christian school. So what they decided to do to cut costs with hiring skilled carpenters and construction workers to build the house, they decided to have the kids build the house. Yeah, that's going to work out real great here. I think there's probably some kind of like violation of laws when it comes to this sort of thing, but being like a 8 to 9 year old kid at the time, didn't think much of it. And they had me, my older brother, and like a whole bunch of the other kids work on this house, mostly doing carpentry work with nailing 2x4s into other 2x4s to form wall sections that could be placed in and nailed down. And yeah, that was a complete train wreck of a mess that they had planned on doing this with these kids, and it was just absolutely horrifying. I didn't have much time that I did working on this particular, I guess you could say, project as my older brother had, but there was still some times where I had to like help with building this particular house for this family. And the way they were getting around it, I guess, with the educating the kids, because they really weren't like educating us, like teaching us really anything. It was just build the house. So I guess building the house was supposed to be kind of like our own version of a wood shop that we were taking, I guess, at this Christian school. So what this caused basically was my older brother. This is how he broke his arm. He was up on one of the higher platforms of the house that was being built. I don't remember if he was like on the second floor area that he had been working on, or if he was on like the area that later became the roof. But he had fallen, okay, and he fell in such a manner where he kind of like landed on his arm, and he broke his arm. And of course, you know, when my mom found out, she was just absolutely enraged, you know, that this family was forcing kids to work on the house, and then, you know, caused an injury basically, you know, with my brother falling and breaking his arm. So my brother had to get a cast and stuff, you know, because it was I can't remember like anymore if it was like a clean break or what kind of break it was, but I just remember him needing to have a cast. And the family that ran this Christian church not Christian church and school, was pleading with my mom not to press charges, you know, and basically saying things, oh, well, think about it as like, well, the Christian thing to do. What's the Christian thing to do? Don't sue us. Because not suing us is being a true God-fearing Christian, you know, and yeah, so that was just a complete mess in itself what this family was doing. I don't know what happened after that. If there were like any other instances where other parents had any other complaints with this particular family that was having these kids and myself and my brother work on this house or not. That was at such a young age that it didn't really connect with me, like what was really going on and why this was bad. But it wasn't until later on when I became an adult and I was thinking about it when I was working on like the horror stories series for the channel. I was like, yeah, I should talk about the Christian church that was I keep saying Christian church, Christian school that was forcing myself, my brother, and other students to build their house for them, and caused my older brother to break his arm. Because yeah, I mean, people need to know about this kind of stuff, that these Christian schools are not good, you know. And I don't know if there's like other Christian schools out there that have done stuff like this or not. It wouldn't surprise me if there had been out there somewhere, but I figured it would be a good thing to discuss. And the other things that they were doing too was they were trying to like one time work on their own Christian movie that they were making, like student film Christian movie, and they had all the kids participating in it, but they gave certain kids like very minimal tiny parts, so that meant that not like all the kids were getting like equal amounts of time getting to be a part of this movie. And then when they had made their credits list, which was just written down, you know, Sharpie on poster board, they left out certain kids. Like any kids who didn't have like lead roles were left completely off of the credits list. So like it would appear as if they had like never either worked on this project or just weren't credited, even though they had a part in it, or at least had at least some contribution to the project in itself. You know, I mean, like Hollywood movies, they list everybody. I mean, they list all the key grips. They list all the, you know, what do you call it? The people who bring the food. You know, the people who just drive past the studio. You know, they list those people too. They list everybody. I mean, if you went in and you picked up like one little twig off the floor in like one of the studios, they list you in the credits, twig picker. You know, and you have your name. But not this particular project, you know, that this Christian school was working on. But yeah, it was just a complete train wreck of a mess, you know, that this sort of thing could happen, you know. But it doesn't really surprise me anymore, since you know, Christian schools, Christians in general, and just, you know, churches also just pull all kinds of like just backward, archaic stuff when it comes to things like this, you know. And then they always have to try to like pass it off as like, oh, they're such wonderful Christian people, but yet they're, you know, violating all kinds of like possibly violating labor laws, endangering children, and not getting a proper education, which is also really bad. Anyway, so that's all I have to say about that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments for me, or if anything like this has ever happened to you too, let me know in the comments. You know, if you've gone to a Christian school before, or a church or whatever, and you've had like this horrifying experiences, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. real quick before I end the video, just wanted to mention that I might be going back to the route of working on webcomics for the YouTube channel. I know I've been doing the animatics a little bit, but the animatics do take some time to actually draw each panel and then animate and then put up on YouTube. And a lot of the time when I've done the animatics, they've not been in full color because it just makes it a lot harder for me to try to get everything in color. And it's animatic anyway, it's not meant to be in color. As you know, it's basically the storyboarding segment of animation frames. So that's why they've turned out the way that they have turned out. So with the webcomics, though, the webcomics would be in full color, and I might still be doing webcomics more so than animatics for the YouTube channel. But when it comes to the storytime and art videos, it'll always be a part of this particular channel. So you'll always have that, but I might be doing webcomics, since when I started doing the videos for this particular channel, that my focus was webcomics and then storytime and art videos. So I just thought I'd mention that really quick, and that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget, again, leave a like, comment, share with your friends, let them know about Vi Loves Stein, crazy stories and stuff. And I guess that'll be all. Alrighty, so do have a good one out there and stuff. Stay safe, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.